Good morning, students. In this lecture, we discuss about the succinic acid pathway. In last lecture, I have already told you that it is a very important pathway. We can see the glycolysis, pentose phosphate pathway, and TCA pathway. From the pentose phosphate pathway, we get one important intermediate, that is the erythrose 4 phosphate. Have you remember? That erythrose 4 phosphate, why we say it is important? Because it is a precursor for succinic acid pathway. And why this succinic acid pathway is important? Because most of the secondary metabolites of aromatic in nature, that is aromatic amino acids, aromatic phenolic propanoids, tannins, phenolic compounds, flavonoids, these are synthesized by the only succinic acid pathway. And therefore in a secondary metabolite production, the importance of succinic acid pathway is very important. So we start the succinic acid pathway. Before that, you just find out what are the importance of succinic acid pathway. Succinic acid pathway is used to synthesize the important aromatic amino acid like phenylalanine, tropane, tyrosine, like that. Then it is also used to synthesize the phenylpropane derivatives like phenolic compounds, phenylpropanoids, compounds, tannins, flavonoids, like. Why it is called a succinic acid pathway? This name, one of the intermediate which is synthesized in this pathway, it is a succinic acid. And that succinic acid is first isolated by the Japanese flower, means it's known as a succinic, and it is isolated in 1985 by the John Frederick Erikman. This succinic acid is important, as we already discussed, and therefore from that succinic acid many other branches are open for the synthesis of different secondary metabolite, and therefore it gets very important. Now we can start the succinic acid, how the succinic acid pathway is run. Now on the screen, I think you are able to see the first, that is phosphoenol pyruvate. This phosphoenol pyruvate, where we can get it? From the glycolysis pathway. Very correct. Phosphoenol pyruvate from the glycolytic pathway, and pentose and erythrose 4 phosphate, we are more stressing on it. Erythrose 4 phosphate, that is from the pentose phosphate pathway. Phosphoenol pyruvate from glycolysis pathway, and pentose phosphate pathway gives the erythrose 4 phosphate. Then these both are undergoes into the cyclization, means these are in a chain structure now, and it undergoes into the cyclization. Then here, how many number of carbon atom? 4, and here it is a 3. 1 2, sorry, in a phosphoenol pyruvate, yes, 1 carbon, true. This is undergoes into the cyclization. Then it gives, that is a D-arabinoheptulosulfonic acid. It is called DAHP. DAHP means D-arabinoheptulosulfonic acid. Here you are able to see here it is a acidic group is attached from that phosphoenol pyruvate. Means these both structure are undergoes into the cyclization and the formation of a DHAP, that is a it is called the D-arabinoheptulosulfonic acid. Again, this diheptylosulfonic acid undergoes into the cyclization and gives the quinic acid. It gives quinic acid. This quinic acid, what happen here? You are able to see here that phosphate group is attached. That phosphate group is removed. Okay, and it gives the quinic acid. This quinic acid, it gives the 3-dehydroquinic acid. What happen here? The water molecule can be evolved dehydrogenation, and here C double bond O is formed and hydrogen is removed, and the formation of the 3-dehydroquinic acid. This quinic acid, the one water molecule is evolved here, and the quinic acid is converted to succinic acid. 3-dehydrosuccinic acid. One OH group that water is evolved, that is a 3-dehydrosuccinic acid. This dehydrosuccinic acid is converted to succinic acid. Okay, it is converted to succinic acid. Only what happen here, the water molecule can be removed, and this here from that double bond is formed here. This bond is broken, and the formation of the here and in the inside the ring, the double bond, and the formation of the 3-dehydroquinic acid, 3-dehydroquinic acid to 3-dehydrosuccinic acid, and 3-dehydrosuccinic acid to succinic acid. This succinic acid is very important for the synthesis of the secondary metabolite. If from before that, this 3-dehydrosuccinic acid is also gives the, by the removal of the again water molecule, gives the procatechinic acid. So it is one of the secondary metabolite. You remember in a tanning, that is a catechin, procatechinic acid. From here the tannins can be synthesized from the dehydrosuccinic acid, synthesis of the procatechinic acid. You are able to see here on a what happened. This bond is a break, double bond O with the removal of water, and it gives the single bond OH in formation of procatechinic acid. And when the hydrogen when the bond is break, the inside for the stability of the carbon, it produce the bond. Okay, now from one metabolite is synthesized, that is procatechinic acid. Another one from the succinic acid is undergoes into the phosphorylation. The one phosphate group is added, and ADP is converted to ATP. One phosphate group is added and water molecule is removed, and that is from that OH the phosphate molecule is attached, and it is called succinic acid 3-phosphate. This succinic acid 3-phosphate gives phosphoenol pyruvyl succinic acid 3-phosphate. Phosphoenol pyruvyl succinic acid 3-phosphate. One more phosphate group is attached, and here you are able to see here the 2 phosphate group is present. One is from the succinic acid and one is from the pyruvate. It is called 3-enoyl pyruvic acid 3-phosphate. Then again one phosphate molecule is removed, and formation of phosphocromic acid. And here the glutamate is also required, that this glutamine is attached and formation of the crosmic acid. This crosmic acid is again very important, because this crosmic acid again gives the this crosmic acid is synthesized from the 5-enoyl pyruvic succinic acid 3-phosphate. Then formation of crosmic acid. This crosmic acid undergoes into the rearrangement reaction and formation of the prephenic acid. Formation of prephenic acid. This prephenic acid is very important. From that prephenic acid there are the two chances. The synthesis of the phenyl pyruvate acid, it gives the phenylalanine. Prephenic acid gives the two important amino acid, that is the phenylalanine, and another one is the tyrosine. Phenyl pyruvic acid, another way, this prephenic acid gives the 4-hydroxy phenyl pyruvate and gives the tyrosine, or prephenic acid gives the phenylalanine. From prephenic acid you get the phenylalanine and the tyrosine, two important amino acid. Also this crosmic acid gives the anthranylic acid, converted to anthranylic acid, and this anthranylic acid gives the tryptophan. Means how important the amino acid synthesis you can able to see here. From that prephenic acid we get the two important amino acid, that is phenylalanine and another one is a tyrosine. Another important thing, from that prephenic acid this crosmic acid is converted to anthranylic acid, and anthranylic acid gives the tryptophan. Means tyrosine, phenylalanine and tryptophan, these are the three important amino acids, are synthesized by this succinic acid pathway. And before that, and from that succinic acid is undergoes into the, when the succinic acid gives the 3-hydroxy succinic acid, it gives the procatechinic acid, and the phenylpropanoids compounds are synthesized from that pathway. Means amino acid and the phenolic compounds are synthesized by this succinic acid pathway. There is a one important trick, how to you can read this succinic acid pathway. Then I will give you the one trick, one line, how this succinic acid can be memorized. It's an easy way. You just read out what are the steps of the, and you see from the phosphoenol pyruvate what will we see. The phosphoenol pyruvate we are getting from the glycolysis pathway. Erythrose 4-phosphate we are getting from the pentose phosphate pathway. Both are undergoes into the cyclization and formation of DHAP. DHAP is converted to 3-dehydroquinic acid, then 3-dehydroquinic acid to quinic acid, quinic acid to 3-dehydroquinic acid. 3-dehydroquinic acid gives the procatechinic acid, and also 3-dehydroquinic acid gives 3-hydrosuccinic acid gives the succinic acid. Succinic acid, formation of succinic acid 3-phosphate, then one phosphoenol pyruvate group is again attached, and formation of the 5-enoyl pyruvyl succinic acid phosphate 3-phosphate. Phosphoenol pyruvyl succinic acid 3-phosphate. Then it is converted to crosmic acid. Crosmic acid, again we can say the crosmic acid gives prephenic acid. Prephenic acid gives the two important amino acid, that is phenylalanine and tyrosine, and crosmic acid also gives the anthranylic acid, which gives the tryptophan. Are you get it? Now see that what is the trick. It's a story like for the examination. Okay, what is the story? That is a phosphoenol pyruvate and the erythrophore phosphate. Means P means passing, and E, you can remember P plus E, passing eligibility. Okay, PE. Then it undergoes into the cyclization and formation of the 7 arabinoheptulosulfonic acid. 7-heptulo, how can you can remember? Means arabino means at least half of the marks you required for the passing the examination. Okay, passing you can remember A and H means arabinoheptulosulfonic acid. Means P, passing eligibility. This is the one story. You can construct the any story to rememberize that what are the steps. Passing eligibility is 50%, means half. You can remember at half. At least means arabino, half heptulosulfonic acid. In the question paper, 3 quinic acid means 3 questions. Okay, so 3 dihydroquinic acid. 3 questions. Question means Q. You remember by the quinic acid. 3Q. 3 questions are compulsory. Then 3-dihydroquinic acid is converted to 3-dihydrocyclic acid. 3-cyclic acid, how you can remember? 3 solve. 3 questions here and 3 questions are solved. 3-cyclic acid. Then 6-cyclic acid. 3-cyclic acid means solve the questions. 6-cyclic acid 3-phosphate, you solve the question, you get pass. Means S and solve and pass. Pass for phosphate P. S for 6-cyclic acid, S solve, P passing. Then formation of dienoyl cyclic acid. Okay, 3-phosphate. You can remember that ki by the solving the 3 question you can pass. Then formation of crossmic acid. Crossmic acid, for that you remember the class. Who attend the class, who present the class, present for prefenic acid, crossmic acid to crossmic acid to prefenic acid. Who attend the class, who present the class. There are the 2 chances. Form means pass or topper. Pass means which amino acid? Phenylalanine. And topper, T means tyrosine. Correct. Means if you attend the class means crossmic acid. If you present means prefenic acid. Prefenic acid gives the 2 amino acid, means 2 result, that is pass or topper. Pass phenylalanine, topper T tyrosine. And if you absent from the crossmic acid, we see another. If you absent means anthranylic acid, AA, absent. Then what is the result? You try the examination for next year. Try means tryptophan. Okay, so in this way you can, by this story you can remember out the whole 6-mic acid pathway. You can read out. If you have any query, we will discuss in our next lecture. Thank you.